quest? Excuse me?
We will have justice. Glory to the Sindora.
I can't afford my new spell. I'm poor as f, you guys. I need money. Oh no. I need money. Is anyone on Sky Fury? Hello? Hi, hello. Hi, hello. Hi. Hi, hello.
Do not loiter.
There we go. There's 4 silver right there. That's good money. Shoot. Tiger's Eye. That's good money right there. Oh no. I shouldn't have bought my mount. Yeah, whoopsies.
Anaria Shola.
There we go, guys. End of the day. End of the line of the road. I know what we'll do. I know what we'll do. I'm gonna sell some. I'm gonna put some stuff on auction house, I think. Oh no, do I have enough money? I don't think I do. Leveling crafting in Final Fantasy 14 is kind of expensive. I've been working on getting all of mine at 90 and I'm almost out of money. Yeah, it's important to do while you're leveling, but like there's a scarcity of money. So like if you don't have money to give your other characters, it's like, holy shit. It's a lot. It's a lot. That's a lot to do. All right. I had 16 mil, but I'm down to 4 mil. Yikes, that's a lot of money to spend. I think in like Wrath, I had the most money in Wrath that I've ever had, but I mainly used it because I wanted to get Mechanahog, and that was like the money sink I really wanted to get. So
Victory lies ahead.
like that was my goal.
Yes.
I need ambush. So I have to do that.
Shorel Aran.
And then I need ambush, and I need, probably don't need dismantle. Probably don't need Garrote. How much is Garrote doing for me right now? How much damage is Garrote doing? 180 to 222, 40 damage more? No. Sap could be useful actually to have, even though I don't think I need it right now, but it could be useful. Yeah, I think all I need really is ambush, because ambush is 275% weapon damage. That's a big changer. Like versus backstab, like that's gonna be a huge. So I think if I get ambush, I could probably win against Darth whatever, Darkon Drathier. That'll be the determining factor. You don't train them all, but doing those things wrong. So you can train them all for sure. You can train them all for sure, but the one thing that you have to remember with like money in general in this game is you got to be careful where you spend it. Like I just spent a lot on professions, and that's why I'm sitting on like not enough gold to do this. But I wanted to get bombs because I wanted to be able to. I wanted to get like better bombs than what I had, because the previous bombs I had. Let's take a look at them. So previous bombs I had 26 to 34 fire damage. This one does 22 to 28 fire damage and incapacitates targets in a 3-yard radius. So it has a stun attached to that. So I wanted to have that extra stun. So now I can stun targets as well as dealing damage to them. So like that was big for me. And that's why I wanted to spend money there. So as long as you're spending it wisely on something, it's what matters. But like, think about this. Exposed armor, if I'm facing mostly NPCs, exposed armor is really only going to be effective on boss fights, because no fight's going to be long enough for 30 seconds of or like typically, so 3 points, 18 seconds of exposed armor. They're going to be dead in 18 seconds. Maybe 1 point, but that's 6 seconds for 20%. So that's not really like a whole bunch. 20% is not a whole bunch of armor reduction. So maybe a little bit more damage, 20% more damage, melee damage. Ambush, that does 275% weapon damage. Right now I'm using backstab, which does 150. So that's literally 75%, or I'm sorry, 125% more damage. Big deal. Dismantle removes all weapons. When you attack NPCs and you remove their weapons, they're still likely gonna do a lot of fucking damage to you. Now, if this is PvP, I might consider that different, but NPCs, it's not really useful. Their melee combat is just gonna hurt just as much, or nearly as much. Garrote, like I said, it's only a 40 damage increase. That's not a big deal over 18 seconds. That's a long time for 40 damage. Backstab, the upgrade increases it from 150% plus 30 or plus 15 to 130% plus 15. That's not a big upgrade, so that's not a huge deal. The way it used to be is that you would use like when you would look at your spell book, you'd have rank 1 spells, and then you could have like rank 2 spells, rank 3 spells for like casters, and you would use the low ranking spells because they cost less mana. Even they wouldn't do enough damage, they wouldn't do as much damage. You would use those low ranking spells instead of spending money on the big ranking spells, because like you were looking to get, say like if you're casting like a frostbolt on an iced target or something like that, and it doing more damage, you're going for the percentage of damage versus how much damage that frostbolt's dealing or something like that. Think of like what effects it does, you know, as opposed to that. Like if I need a bleed to do some, just to keep another rogue out of stealth, I'll use Garrote rank 1, because as opposed, like, is there an energy difference? Garrote, it costs the same amount, but maybe if it costs different energy, like say it costs like 35 energy, I would cast the rank 1, because all I need is to bleed. I don't need necessarily the bleed to kill him. I just need a bleed to keep him out of stealth. So that's the way you got to think about things. You got to think about like, is it effective at this time? Feint performs a feint causing no damage but lowering your threat. If I'm in a group and a tank is pulling threat, I'll use that so I don't accidentally pull threat. As a healer, you would want something like feint. You know, like you want to reduce your threat. I don't know if healers necessarily have something like that though, but the idea is like if I'm doing too much damage and I'm starting to pull enemies off of my tank who's supposed to be taking all that damage, then I need to use feint. Fade, exactly, fade. And then sap. Sap is the other one that I think would be a good useful, because like if I'm killing like 2 enemies, or I'm trying to attack 2 enemies, I would sap one, attack the other. So that's useful. That has a purpose for sure. But I don't necessarily need it, because I can kill like 2-3 enemies at once. That's entirely possible. It's useful in dungeons because you want someone who can sap your enemies and then fucking face roll. But yeah, just like it's not every upgrade is like exponentially good. At the least, what I recommend is look to see what difference it's making. Look in your spell book, look at it. Okay, this is 180, and then the other one does 222. 42 damage, not a big deal. And you can do the same thing with your other stuff too. So definitely always an option. Just weigh your options, you know, based off of what you think is best. Or just buy everything. Doesn't fucking matter. In the end, you're gonna want to most likely have all that shit. So It's just so like sometimes you'll need money for something. You don't want to spend it all immediately. So that's what I recommend.